Hello, welcome to the wonderful world of random sequencing. That is my YouTube channel, and this is my email address. It's sequencing random numbers, that's plural, at Gmail. And this is dealing with Super Lotto sequences, Super Lotto Plus sequences. Now, to understand these sequences, you have to implement a few things. And that's virtual numbers. A virtual number is like a number that's represented, for instance, like say 27. Now a virtual number would be the reverse of that number, which would be 72. For instance, if you get a 36 sequence and it's sequenced to a 27, well, that 27 is a virtual number representing 72, for example. Now you also need to understand what metamorphic numbers are. For instance, like this number here, 11.8, that's a metamorphic number, and so it's two numbers that represent a single number. And you got to understand binary numbers. This could be a binary number right here. You got to understand binary to decimal. Like for instance, this would be a binary to decimal number. So part of it's binary, and then the other one is decimal. And then you have to understand algorithms numbers. Those are well, each number has its own algorithm, but sometimes when you get to really big numbers like 68, and so that's equal to two numbers that are smaller. Like these big, the numbers to the right-hand side have sequential potential, just like this 68 right here. Now 68 is equal to 34 if you add those up. Now you can see right here you got a 34 sequence, right? But it also could represent itself in a reverse fashion. So let's begin with this sequence here. So what triggered that sequence is this sequence. Now I wrote it down over here. So you got the 36 right here, right? And the 28. So I wrote it down here. And so what has sequential potential is the digits to the right hand side. Sometimes these digits over here are statements. So basically this number here has a sequential potential. And so what you could see it this way, right? This is what you're focusing in on. So what is 68? If you divide that by half, both numbers, you could do it with that. Notice that they're all even, right? So just divide that by half and you get 3, and over here you get 4, right? 34. So basically what it creates is a 34 sequence. You add that up, 34 plus 34 is equal to 68. Now sometimes it'll sequence as a reverse sequence, which is 34, 43. And sometimes what happens after that, even though it might satisfy it, like right here's a 68 algorithm, right? And so it created a 34 and then 43. Now if that is your intuition, because they could sequence like that, so you would have put that on there, right? And then if you wanted to, you could even continue. And that, in this sense, it did it this way right here. So it formed itself in two ways, this way and and this way. So if you would have done that, now because knowing that this is the equal to 34, and knowing that this could reverse itself, and you did that, you would have gotten those two numbers right there. Now let's go over to this number. Whenever you get a 33 like this, let's see, and you can see that it's also linked to this number. You see that 33, 9. Well, that adds up to a number. Now, for instance, if this 33 links to a 3, number 3, like this, 33, 3. In other words, it would have been 33, and then over here would have been a 3, right? That adds up to 9. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 9. Now, it could also equal 9 by forming a 30 right here. And what you get is 3 plus 3 plus 3 linked to the 0. That's 90. But if you reverse that, it's 0, 9. So 0, 9 is just 9, right? Now we're explaining how we got these numbers right here. Now notice over here, notice how you have a 12 over there, right? So 12 is equal to something. So what you want to do is go over here, you got the 12 is equal to 26, and the reason why is because this carries a statement, 2 6s. What is 2 6s? 6, 6. And 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. So if this number is 12, it's equal to 26. So this could be your bonus number right there, right? One way you could also determine whether a number is going to be 26, like in this case, it's called what we call is frequency of occurrence. In other words, when you get something that says this is going to be a 26, another one says it's going to be a 26 over here, and another group of numbers to say it's going to be 26. And one way you could determine that is, in other words, that 12 is equal to 26, right? So if you see the 12 and 8, what that forms is, in other words, what you do is you translate that 8 right there to double zeros. You put it underneath, like right there. There's your 12, right? And you put double zeros underneath. What you get over here is 20, and this one linked to a 0, that's a 6. So what you have is 26. So this is 12 is equal to 26, right? And you got 26 over here too. So that kind of spells it out for you. But if you look over here, also you got 11, right? The 11 is equal to, the 11 is linked to it, 8. So again, you see those double 8 right there? Just put double zeros. So there's your 11, you put double zeros, right? And so what you get is a 1 that links to a 0. That's a metamorphic 6. And here's another one links to a 0. That's also forms a metamorphic 6. So what you got there is 6, 6. So there's your 6, 6. So 2 6s is equal to 6, 6, which is equal to 12. So this tells you pretty much that this sequence right over here it represents 26, because 2 6s is 26, right? So you got your 26 right there. So 12 is equal to 26, and you got your 26 over here, and this is also represents 26. So this represents 26, this represents 26. Here's your 12. 12 is equal to 26. I'd like to explain how the 22 came about. Now, this number right here is when you see a 2 right there, even the 3 can be factorial statements. So you have a 2 that links to this 11. So 2 times 11 is equal to 22. That explains how that 22 came about. To explain how this 5 came about, I could show you over here. Now, the 25 carries a statement 2 5s. What is 2 5s? 5, 5. And 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Now look over here. Notice how you have a 10, right? And over here on the right hand side digits, remember I told you this has sequential potential. If this is 25 and it's equal to 10, then it's also equal to 5, 5. Now if you were able to make that determination, you would have put a 5 there, and the next day, on the next sequence that is, you would have put a 5, 5. And 5 plus 5 is also equal to 10. So you got 10, right? 10 is equal to 25. This sequence right here, that's just an equal statement. Like in mathematics, equals is the equal symbol in mathematics, right? So you got 20. So this one has sequential potential. You got your 10s, so you know you'll probably get a 5, 5. In that case, you would have put a 5 there. In the next sequence, you would have sequenced another 5, and that would be 5 plus 5, and that is equal to 10. So in these numbers, you already selected them. The 68 is the 34, 43 sequence, and you put another 34 there, right? And then you did the 9 over here, right? Here's your 9. That's 30 plus 30, and that equals 9. And here's your 22, right? 2 times 11, 22. And over here, you got your 10 is equal to 25 or 5, 5, right? And so right here, you have just won the Lotto! So I hope you enjoyed this sequence here. All these, like I say, all these sequences are equal to each other in one way or form. Like right here, 6, 6, right? That's equal to 12. So everything is logically situated. Every sequence is logically has a logical equivalence. And I got a whole notepad of all the logical sequences. And I want to hook up with Microsoft, Google, or anybody who has, could make this a whole reality. Do programming in Python or whatever language, and artificial intelligence, and get, and crack the code to random sequencing because I got a lot of a lot of the equivalency, you know, of what these sequences are. And again, so I hope you enjoyed it all. And I'm going to be doing quite a bit of these because you know, all these sequences are logically sequenced, and I'd like to probably explain it to you guys. Like right here, you see 25 is equal to 10. A lot of these just all over the place. So we'll do some more videos, and I hope you enjoyed these.